Hey everybody, I'm Sin. Welcome to the Book Nook. Today we're going to be doing another library book haul because I love the library. It's a place of magic and wonder. I was there the other day and apparently on Wednesdays they have this thing called the Forge and you can go use they have a 3D printer and looms and sewing machines and a theremin and different instruments and all this wild stuff that you can go use and play with. I don't know what I'd print on a 3D printer, but I got some ideas. I don't know. Anywho, let's get into this library book haul. I'm just gonna go kind of in random order. I stacked them according to size, so they're in a pile next to me, and we'll get right into it. So the first one, it's that weird green screen thing where you can't see the book because it's kind of greenish and bluish. Well, I'll just put a picture up for this one. It's called Along the Saltwise Sea by Deborah Baker. And this book is about these two kids, and they basically climb over this wall, and they're going through the forest, and they ended up staying the night in this weird cottage that is Pirate Queen's. And then they find themselves accountable to the owner. And so they agree to work off their debt as her ship sets sail. And they're bound for lands unknown. They don't know where they're going. Hopefully they don't have parents worrying about them. And the thing about this book is, so nowhere on the cover or on the back does this say that this is a second in the series, and it's a second in the series, and I didn't know that. It says it on the inside, which I failed to see, but yeah, it's not on the spine, it's not on the front, and it's not on the back. And I was like, well, should I even read it since it's not the first in the series? I'm gonna read it anyway. And then if I like it, I'll go back and I'll read the first one. We'll just do it backwards. I don't understand why they wouldn't have that information on the cover of the book. I feel like it's kind of important. Well, hopefully when I read it, the story makes up for my annoyance at that overlooked factor. Anywho, moving on. The next book we have is Agatha of Little Neon. And this book, I saw it on Supposedly Fun's channel, and I will link their info down in the channel. It's one of the ones I like to watch quite a bit and one of my favorite booktubers. So if you'd like to check them out, you can. All right, so this has some neon in there too that's not showing up because it's a green screen, but I feel like you can see most of it. I don't know. So this is about Agatha, who is a nun, and she's lived every day for the last 9 years with her sisters. They work together, pray together, do all kinds of stuff together. When their parish goes broke and the sisters are forced to move, they end up in this place called Woonsocket, which is a former mill town. They end up taking over charge of this halfway house, and they live alongside their charges. Agatha is forced to venture out into the world alone for the first time in years. And she kind of has to come into her own with all that she sees and feels and, questions about who she is, what she wants in her life. And these women, the church have been her home for mainly all that she's known for quite some time. And so she needs to figure out basically what she's doing with her life is kind of what I gather from the synopsis. But should be an interesting read. I look forward to it. Agatha of Little Neon by Claire Luchette. All right, the next one is called, let's see, is this one going to show up? Oh, this one shows up. Okay. Olde is a Long Time by David Sanchez. And this book is kind of a story about addiction. The synopsis is as says. David has a mind that never stops running. He reads Dante and Moby Dick. I don't know if you've ever tried to read Moby Dick. That book is so boring. I wish I could have ever got into it. I tried to read it twice and failed both times miserably. So yeah, anywho, David, this guy, He sinks into Hemingway and battles with Milton, but in Florida's Gulf Coast, one can slip into deep water unconsciously. So, at the age of 14, David runs away from home to pursue a girl, and on his journey, he tries crack cocaine for the first time. And I think we can see where this is going, down the toilet, basically. So he's hooked instantly. And over the course of the next decade, he's in jail and rehab, and he's just trying to make sense of the world around him. And so he eventually makes his way to, like, sobriety. But it isn't until he takes a literature class at a community college that something within him ignites his passion. And that is what I know of this book. Sorry for all the shininess. Oh, the Mylar from the library books. The Mylar. Anywho, so that... where can we not have this so much shine? All of it is shiny. All of it... Oh, here we go. Here's a weird angle. Olde. It's a long time. David Sanchez. Next up, we have The Wrong End of the Telescope. And I'm going to try to say this name here. Rabih? Alameddine. Oh man, Alameddine. I apologize. I should have looked up how to say this. Let's try and find somewhere where it's not so shiny. Nah. Maybe right here. All right, don't move, Sin. Don't move. So this is a book, and the main character is Mina Simpson, a Lebanese doctor, and they arrive at the infamous Moria refugee camps in Lesbos, Greece. And after being urgently summoned there by her friend, who runs an NGO, she's alienated from her family except for her beloved brother, and she's avoided being close to her homeland for decades. But with a week off work and apart from her wife of 30 years, Mina hopes to accomplish something meaningful. Among the abundance of Western volunteers who pose for selfies with beach dinghies, you're a dinghy, and the camp's children. Sorry, it's just a funny word to me. Dinghy. I digress. So soon a boat crosses, bringing Sumaya, a fiercely resolute Syrian matriarch with terminal liver cancer. Determined to protect her children and husband at all costs, Sumaya refuses to alert her family to her diagnosis. And bonded together by Sumaya's secret, a deep connection sparks between the two women. As Mina prepares a course of treatment with the limited resources on hand, she confronts the circumstances of the migrants' displacement as well as her own constraints in helping them. This sounds like it may be a very intense book, but it also sounds very meaningful. And when I read the synopsis of it, I thought it sounded pretty interesting, and I look forward to reading this. Oh, the next book, Hex by Thomas Olde Heuvelt. This was recommended by another one of my favorite booktube channels, and that is the Jeff Word. The Jeff Word is pretty awesome. You can call him Beef Daddy. I'll link his stuff down in the channel if you want to go check him out. One of my faves. He does a lot of unboxings of special editions of books and a lot of horror, mainly horror on the channel. There's a few other things as well, but he is whimsical and weird, and love that guy. So anyways, this book, oh god, it's really good and creepy. It's so creepy. So this is, can I hold this where it doesn't look terrible? Oh, I'm bad at this. Floofy hair. I'm so easily distracted. So Hex, basically it takes place in this town called Black Spring. It is haunted by the Black Rock Witch, a 17th century woman whose eyes and mouth are sewn shut. She walks the streets and enters homes as she so pleases. She stands next to children's beds for nights on end. She creeps into people's rooms while they're having sex. I don't know, she's been around for hundreds of years. It's been like 350 years, so she needs something to entertain her, right? I don't know. So the elders of Black Spring have basically quarantined the town by using high-tech surveillance to prevent their curse from spreading. And frustrated with being in lockdown, the town's teenagers decide to break their strict regulations and go viral with the haunting. But in doing so, they send the town spiraling into dark, medieval practices of the distant past. I can't wait to read more of this tonight. Hopefully I will be able to sleep. But yeah, so far I'm 134 pages in, and I can tell shit's about to hit the fan where I'm at in this book. And it's really great so far. And he has another book called Echoes that I'm really excited to get after this one. Even though I haven't finished it yet, I've heard such good things about this author, and I'm loving it so far. So, Hacks by Thomas Olde Heuvelt. Hopefully I'm not just butchering all these authors' names. That would not be good. All right, and the last one we have is her. You're not going to be able to see her name because it's green. Oh, no, you can kind of see it. Dark Tarot by Christine Feehan. I was drawn to this book because of the word, literally because of the word tarot, because I find tarot fascinating, and a book about it that's fiction I thought could be really interesting. This is a sci-fi fantasy is what it's categorized as. And so here's the basic synopsis behind the book. So Sandu Bernardi continues to exist only to protect his people. An ancient Carpathian, his entire long life has been dedicated to honor above all else. He knows his time has passed, especially since he has not been able to find his life mate, the anchor to keep him sane in a world he no longer understands. But just as he truly starts to give up hope, a voice reaches out to him in the night. And the dragon comes in the night. Okay, that's not who reached out to him, but his world explodes into color. Adelasia, or Adelasia, enters Sandu's mind seamlessly, as if she has been a part of him forever. While she can see the shape of things to come in her deck of cards, her gift is both a blessing and a curse. The true course of Sandu's quest remains unclear, with danger waiting at every turn. She cannot see everything the future holds, but she does know it is a journey they will take together. And that is Dark Tarot by Christine Feehan. And this one is a bit of a big book. We got, let's see how many pages. Oh, wow. There is an appendix with a bunch of words that looks like I'm going to have to look up to understand half of what's going on in this book. And that's fine. There's a couple of appendixes for the Carpathian language. All right, 467 pages. All right, so my last library book haul, which I was like, I'm not going to finish these, I finished 6 out of 7 of those books. I only had to renew 1, so I did pretty good. We have 6 books currently, so I think I should be able to finish those in time, and not all of them are ginormous, so it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, thank you again for joining me in the Book Nook today to check out my library book haul. Woo. Weird noises and dancing around in my chair. But yeah, reading Hex right now, and it's awesome. I'm not sure what book I'm going to read next. I might go for Dark Tarot, the largest one, just to, I don't know, that one I think piqued my interest second most out of all of these, so I might dive into that one next. But yeah, thank you for joining me today in the Book Nook. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on them notifications. Just do it. And then we'll see you next time. I have to wave with both hands. See you later.